tell you about Kerri Douglas. 13 years ago, she was living on the streets. Now she's published author of the book From Gutter to Glory, From Pavements to Parliament, and has participated in the Outsiders Project, raising money for the homeless. I'm pleased to say that she's with us now. Hi, Kerri.
Hi, Kay, you all right?
I am all right. I hope that you are too. Tell me about the Outsiders Project. And we've got some pictures we can use to illustrate it as well, I think.
Yeah, so Marc Davenant, who started the Outsiders Project for Shelter, he's a photographer. He's took some really amazing pictures of what it's really like to be homeless. He really just captures it from the right perspective, and I think it shows it from the real raw side of everything.
Yeah, just looking at some of those pictures by Marc as we're speaking to you. Tell me your story.
So I was a child in foster care, run away when I was 13, used to run up the West End, used to think I was big and clever running away from foster parents, and then I just deteriorated. And then when I was 16, social services were hesitant to help me much more, and basically I ended up street homeless properly from, like, when I was 19 I lost my child and it was put up for adoption. To be honest, trying to get it all into one little slot is quite hard. So basically I was on the streets from 13 to 24, sleeping rough, on and off, and then 13 years ago I hit rock bottom and thought, I've got to get out of this somehow. So,
and what happened?
I was sitting on Piccadilly one day and I just thought, I can't do this, sobbed, and I can't even explain it. It was like a divine intervention. Over the space of a few weeks I got into a hostel, and it was a different kind of hostel, like the support network was different. It was a very they communicated, which was really well. They showed me how to feel loved, they showed me nurture, they invested in me all the stuff that I've been craving for my whole life, like love, nurture and encouragement, rather than always being put down and written off because of my mental health and being a naughty kid in care and stuff like that. So yeah, I needed that support network to be able to show me I do deserve love.
We all deserve love, Kerri. Talk to me about people who might have been in a similar position to you, who are, trying to make those first steps towards rebuilding their life like you did. What are your words of kindness and advice for them?
Always treat people like they're human. Always treat people with empathy and love, because 9 times out of 10 when you walk along the road, say you're walking along the Strand or Piccadilly and you see a homeless person begging, like, most of those people, they don't feel like they're a human, they don't feel like they deserve to be spoken to or anything like that. And it's one of the questions I get asked a lot when I do the work that I do is, what can I do to help? And, just buy a cup of coffee, sit down, drink it with them and have a conversation, because that will mean more to them than a £20 note being given to them. Do you know what I mean? So just treat everybody like humans. It's just that, like you say, kindness. Just be kind. You don't know why that person's there in the first place. So, like, if you start talking, you've got veterans on the street, you've got kids in care on the street, women fleeing violence. You don't know who these people are until you stop and talk to them. So it's easy to judge a book by its cover, isn't it? But until you stop and talk, you don't really know what's going on for them. And that little act of kindness and communication will actually go so far, because that's that humanity seed again, isn't it? It's planting that humanity seed into them and just making them feel like they're human beings and deserve to be spoken to, really.
Before I let you go, Kerri, you speak so eloquently. Thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. We really appreciate it. You make very good points. Tell me a little bit about the photographs that you were just talking about there, the ones that Marc has sent to us. They're amazing.
Oh, they really are. I mean, it captures every area of homelessness, because homelessness is not just about sleeping on the streets or sleeping rough. It's about being hidden homeless, living in squalor. I mean, some of Marc's pictures, they're accommodation that have been given by the council, and it's not even fit for them to live in. It's slum accommodation, and it's just, the outside. I can't compliment the work that Marc's done enough, because it's just really opened the spectrum, I guess, to understand that homelessness is not just about sleeping rough. It's about having no fixed abode. It's more than having no fixed abode, but it's like there's more to it than just seeing a person sat begging. You could be living in slum accommodation, hotel accommodation. You just don't know.
Yeah. Kerri, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. You've really, I'm sure, opened our viewers' eyes this morning about what homelessness can mean for people and how you can rebuild your life like you have. So thank you for sharing that with us. I know it's very intimate and very personal, but we appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Well, the book is available, I think, published in August.